I am Buck Sanchez, creative director, fashion photographer, model, fashion designer, talent scout, and a bunch more. I've had some time here in the States, but I am originally from Hawaii. Born in Honolulu, hopped around from there. That story can go on and on and on, but as of now, I am currently residing here from planet Mars.
Being inside, you're doing photography since you were a kid. So what got you into photography, being a creative mind, because you are different in everything that you do, and then and like a fashion designer, all that. What got you into that as like a kid?
What originally created my interest for fashion and photography was the absence of each one. So, and when I say the absence of each, in the realms of fashion, there would be so many times where I would go places and there was nothing that I wanted. There was nothing that I could wear. So I had to tell myself, if you don't see anything that's for you, create it. And then as far as photography, that passion started more early on when I transitioned from the lifestyle of a military brat to a civilian, and all of the memories that had been accumulated before me arriving to the state. It kind of you know it got me when I would sit down with our family. We would have family time, and we would be sitting around looking at the picture books. And the first thing I would always think is like, man, I want to be the person that collects history. I want to be this person that captures these people in their essence and their greatest moments and their highlights of what is life. My great grandma was one of my first instructors in this world of art. Her, my aunt, and my uncle, they had a great influence on me originally on. My grandma was the person that gave me the beginning rules to fashion and styling. She was the one that taught me the black and white can go with anything, and the camouflages can be as equivalent to khaki, as long as you use it as a base, and et cetera, et cetera. And my aunt was the person that pushed me in the networking world. So she would talk about my art, and she would talk about my ability to style and reorganize things amongst her friends, and then it became a shared thing. So other people wanted to challenge me and see my skills, so they would hire me to remake closets and anything else as far as reorganizing or redesigning a piece or something that was their favorite, and kind of preserving it for them. My uncle, he taught me distinction, and so the differences of being a man and the rules to men's fashion. So all men need a belt. All men should have a suit. All men should know how to use a tie or how to tie a tie. And this is some of the things that I learned early on. So it helped me with structure, diction, and learning how to dress right. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing.
Like, what's your favorite thing about it?
My photography style is creative fashion. I would create this new genre years ago that I would like to call political fashion. It's the ability to use fashion and propaganda to reflect where we are now in the world. And so, as a photographer, we capture memories, history, and the nows. And my work is equivalent to that, but it's also underlining messages. It's also underlining times and themes that correlate to either what I am personally experiencing or what the world has experienced at a time.
So this is a part of the creative process. So in this creative process, we like to start off with briefing the model. So that's hair, makeup, and wardrobe. And then we actually do the set design. So right now what you guys see is the base level. This is without the equipment, what you guys see right now, right? In a few moments, we're getting ready to remaster this whole entire set, and we're gonna make it look like a place you've never been, an enchanted land of somewhere in the Romanian Grecian times. The best of the Romanian and Grecian times.
Bro, everybody thinks that you got to be big in order to be successful, but tell them you don't got to be big to be successful, man.
Man, success is it's about continuation. The most successful businesses not are always as big. They're just still alive, and as long as you can keep your dreams alive, then you're already successful.
See my fragrance killed I'm in the trap tryna run okay, I'm pushing some more weight. I'm so damn high, can't feel my face, I just put up an 8. I'm so damn fly, I'm out of space, Da Vinci with a bait. That Maybach truck, I stars inside, I'm round with my drink. I'm blowing up my diamonds froze, that's why them niggas ain't.
Preparation for a photo shoot, I like to go through the process of staging. So the biggest thing, the number one thing about staging is creating what we call a mood board. In the music world, they call it a treatment. Here in the fashion industry, we call it a mood board. So in the mood boards, you have the location, you have time, date, and the aesthetics, and kind of a mock guide of what they'll be usually wearing, or else some of the pose ideas. So I like to get the models ready for an editorial by letting them know kind of what's the theme that we're going for, what kind of moods, poses that I need out of them. So that is the stage one. After that, I go through with getting catering together, because I need my models and the entire production to be taken care of. So I like to provide refreshments. You want to have a easygoing set so that everybody has an easygoing time. You also want to make sure that you have people that hold the values of artist integrity first most, because it's important when it comes down to working with people, and you want everybody on set to have the same energy and love and care as if it was their project. So if I'm working with you, give me the same love that you would want if it was in reverse, right? So that is an important thing. And let's say it's the day of the shoot. The day of the shoot, I wake up. Boom, we wake up, we get everything together. Okay, food is there. All the props are there. And as far as the props, that's accessories, that's apparel, that's any props that we may need, as far as anything that is going to be on set, just to enhance the photo shoot. And then I actually go to contacting the models, the team. The team is who I contact first. Before the models get any contacts, I always make sure the team is there, so I know who I may need to replace, or what is all in preparation before the model. The subject, when they get there, they have to have total ease. So there's nothing that they need to be worried about. So we get all that handled before they get there, and then we actually get the shoot ready. So once the equipment is up, everything is in queue. We have color coding, color correcting. We have the apparel set. We have everybody in station. We have the model ready. We get on set, and we let the games begin. Post. After post, my process is I take my time. I like to go through and see what our headshot is, because we know what we are looking for, but we want to find, in fashion, we shoot for our cover. So when I say that, I'm saying like that potential magazine cover shot, that front cover, what is going to get me that? So when we're shooting, I shoot for detail, I shoot for my shot. Once I got my shot, anything else is, or a part of the look scheme. So when I'm going through my editing process, I'm looking for my cover shot. I'm looking for that top shot that is gonna just represent this entire series, or whatever that editorial is about. It's gonna be that shot. And once I find that breakaway shot, I find the shots that that go into the lining of this. So your head shots, your top portfolio shots, full body, etc., etc. Once you got those, your action, your motions, and everything else, then you go into your editing process. Your editing process, I like to take my time with that. I like to do a lot of color correcting before I do anything, because Before I like to graphically design or add layers to the photos with Photoshop, I go to Lightroom. Lightroom is where we correct the image that you're seeing, because what we see in the camera, what we capture in the camera, we might need a little more light exposure. We might need less light exposure. We might need a color layering. We might need some type of filter. Whatever that is, we do that in Lightroom first before you get to manipulating the photos. Then we knock out blemishes. We clean the model's skins and whatever else up. Uh, fix the apparel if there's wrinkles in the items and stuff like that. You want to get all that together because it is important when you're shooting anything in photography that you want to make sure that the subject is appealing. When I'm looking for something, if it's you shooting food, if it's you shooting apparel, if it's you shooting a building, a layout, if it's you doing real estate photography, you want to make sure that the subject is appealing so that it can be desirable for the potential client, the consumer. So that is a big thing. No matter how you do it, what you're doing, that is something that everybody should kind of chime into, I guess, and apply to all of the different genres of photography. It is a big part of the industry. Presentation is a big part of delivery. Um, After that, then I get to the grand scheme of it all. Once I have all of that done, we go in, we add some layering, we do some graphic design if that is needed. Sometimes we want to keep it clean cut. We want to keep it natural. We want to keep it just how it is. And it just depends on what the editing, what serves for editing, what is needed for the editing. And then after that, it's the presentation. It's the rollout. And then after we post, once it goes to the depository station, whatever that is, if it's the magazines, if it's the websites, if it's catalogs or whatever it is, after that, marketing. Market your stuff. Market your stuff. Your teacher, if you're in a photography class, if you're in a graphic design class, any class, talk to your teacher about potential marketing. After that, get into some marketing classes. This is 101 with Buck. Thank y'all.